Welcome to the milk bar. 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 Welcome to the milk bar.
Welcome along to episode 657 of The Milk Bar. Jason Forrest here with you as ever. And coming up on the show this week, we'll be having a bit of a natter with various theatre shows. Looking forward to this. We've got Danny John Jules, who you'll know from Red Dwarf and Death in Paradise, who is part of the Da Vinci Code cast. That's at the Grand very, very soon. Also, we've all got Eric and Ernie. They are joining us, not the real thing, not Morecambe and Wise, but Eric and Ernie, who are bringing their show, Morecambe and Wise's material, to the Grand Theatre on the 7th of February. We'll be catching up with Willenhall Musical Theatre. They are doing Pricilla, Queen of the Desert. That is going to be at the Dormston Mill Sedgley, letting you know about that one. And how they've got a call out for Benjis to be in the show too. Plus, we'll be having a bit of a chat with Gareth Bippo Ellis. He is the man behind Bippo the Clown, and they are appearing at the Lichfield Garrick as a one-day show as they bring the circus to town. Also, on top of that, finding out about Wolverhampton's Literature Festival, which is along at the start of February, and hearing how Sedgley are marking the Queen's Platinum Jubilee a little later this year. That's all on the show this week. We're edging ever closer to the Wolverhampton Literature Festival, Wolves Litfest for 2022. To tell us more, I'm joined now by Phil Turner and Georgina Chung. Good afternoon to you both.
Hello.
Good afternoon.
So, first of all, let's start with you, Georgina. You can give us all of the dates to begin with and what we're looking out for.
Yeah, so it'll be, the festival weekend is on the 4th, 5th and 6th of February, so in 2 weeks' time. But there'll be some pre-festival events, as we always like to run. So next Saturday on the 29th of January, we have a special event at the Central Library, and also we have returning the Poetry Jam, Poetry Slam, that's run by Poets, Practicals and Pandemonious over at the arena. And we have events happening on the 3rd of February as well. So lots going on in the next 2 weeks.
Yeah, so it may be what seems like a short festival, but that doesn't stop us having a full, almost encyclopedia-sized literature festival, which is jolly good. Now, Phil, you often get involved in a number of events. What are you involved in this year?
So yeah, on the sort of pre-festival events this year, we've got Steve Davis, the snooker legend, although he's talking about his sidestep into psychedelic music with Kavus Tarabi, who'll be joining him. We've got Miles Jupp, the comedian, who you might know from Frankie Boyle's New World Order, is the sort of most recent thing he's been in. Mm-hmm. Events-wise, we've got a lot of headliners this year, so I'm inevitably going to forget some, but we've got Phil Wang, the comedian. We've got Paul Mason, the journalist and filmmaker. I've got Brain Freeze. Who else have we got? Georgina.
We've got Richard Dawkins, yes. Robin Ince, Pete Fajitas.
So a wide range of national names, but also local talent too. You've already mentioned the Poets, Practicals and Pandemonious, but there is a load of other great people from our area, aren't there, Georgina?
So many. We obviously, the festival, we like to get these big headliners in, but we like to also support our local writers and poets and performers. So on the Friday, we have our Meet the Publisher event. So we'll have 4 local press offices that will be selling books for people to come meet, talk to, and also doing a showcase of their writers and publications as well. So I think that will be a really nice event to really showcase the local talent. But we also have Liz Berry and Roland Ante, who are well-renowned leading poets in the Black Country currently, and Cully Collie, our incoming poet laureate, is also doing a special set, and we'll be having a special event to celebrate our outgoing poet laureate and our incoming poet laureate. So there is so much local events as well to get involved with, such as like storytelling with Peter Chan and Daisy Black. So with there's a mix for everything, and I think there's definitely something for everyone to kind of get involved in.
Mm-hmm. And Phil, you've been involved in the event since it first began, and is this the 6th or 7th year now?
I think it's 2018 was the first one.
19, 20, 21, 22. So there's this.
5.
It feels like longer because it's been going. So this is the fifth one then. Sixth one.
6 years.
Georgina knows, but the boys can't work it out. Georgina's got it sorted. It's the sixth one.
6th year.
So I'd say a busy time, and one that I know you've been building up to. And unlike last year, where we had a few more problems actually trying to get physical events on, this year, fingers crossed, we won't see any issues.
Well, we have got some online events as well for people that are a little bit sort of tentative about taking the trip out. So it's definitely worth checking the program. We've got a great sort of crime writing panel with a local author called Mark Edwards, who's a bestseller, and he's joined by 3 other really esteemed crime writing novelists. And we've also got an online event with a new author called Daniel Wiles, who's from Warsaw, and his debut novel has actually just been touted by The Guardian as one of the best, top 10 debut novels of the year. So these things are either donation only or free, so they're well worth checking out.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I know. So it is always a range of free and paid for events, depending on who it is you're going to see. And again, this makes it accessible to everybody, and it does mean though that you can get some bigger names on the national scale of things, because there is obviously a cost to getting them to the city and making sure that we look after them. The rider is probably only 3 bottles of water and a packet of crisps, but still, we make sure we look after them when they're in our heart.
Yeah, to make sure they have a great time in Wolverhampton.
And this is it. We've got to sell the place, but and it is certainly well worth being part of it. And Georgina, where do we go to for full info on your whole programme?
So if you head to the website, which is wolveslitchfestival.co.uk, then you'll be able to see the full lineup of programming that is happening across next Saturday and the following week as well. So that will be where you can get all your details and how you book your tickets as well, and register for free events.
Mm-hmm.
And we're so excited this year to be working with all our amazing venues across the city, from the New Hampton Arts Centre, Arena, Lighthouse and Bilston Town Hall. So we're using all these art organisations, which I think is really important with a festival like this, to be able to kind of shine a light on these art organisations that have been, sadly closed for so long. And now we're coming out of it, and I think it's great to see these venues all filled up with people again.
Absolutely, and it does give it a good way of spreading it across the city and beyond as well, and meaning that we actually got again accessibility, and that's the important thing about the arts, isn't it? It's not only that it's taking place; it's that people can get to it. They want to get to it, and then get whether it's a hybrid of online and real life, or however it's working, that they've actually got access to these brilliant events across the city. But it is going to be awesome. It always is. I thank you both for joining me, and we look forward to Litfest 2022 in the heart of Wolverhampton.
Thank you very much. I'll see you there.
Thank you.
On Monday, the 7th of February, at Wolverhampton's Grand Theatre, the mirth, the merriment and the sunshine of Eric Morecambe and Ernie Wise will be brought to the stage by Jonty Stevens and Ian Ashpatel. And they join me now to tell me what about the show. Hello, sirs.
Hello there. Hello.
Right, so full introductions, please. I can tell from here that I think, Ian, we're looking at a bit of Ernie action, and Jonty, you're going to be Eric, I'm going to guess.
I have no idea what you mean. I have absolutely no idea what you mean.
So, okay, first of all, have you both had your faces photoshopped or whatever they call it these days to look these parts? Come on, what's going on?
Well, no, it's just a freak of nature. It's just a freak of... I haven't always been bold, you know.
You've been growing into this part for a number of years.
Yes, I have for a number of years now. And Ian used to be 6'2".
I did. It's true.
And the comedy of Eric and Ernie is just absolutely timeless. We know that from the number of repeats that we saw, even this Christmas just gone, let alone that pop up every once in a while. And I'm going to show my age now, because I remember them still being featured in Look In, the Junior TV Times, when I was a kid. And it was a whole family show. And really, this is what you're bringing to the stage, a show that the whole family can enjoy.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it is. It's exactly that. We used to sit on the set here, like you say, with the whole family watching TV, and it was a shared experience that we don't seem to have anymore. But we all watch the same program at the same time and laugh at the same jokes.
There's nothing like it today, really. There's nothing to sort of on television that the whole family can laugh at. It was sort of unique, really, and still is.
And when you're coming to put together a show like this, I mean, you've got an awful lot of material to work with, and the tapes that were discovered at Christmas of a show which hadn't been seen for like about 30, 40 years just means you've got new material, and that's probably something you never expected to get.
Well, no, I mean, there was a tape that was discovered. Was it last year as well? Mm-hmm. And they showed clips of that. But this whole new tape, yeah, it's amazing. It's amazing. I mean, that's a real thrill to see sort of new material that you've never seen from Morecambe and Wise. Very exciting. Very exciting.
It's funny you saying that, but some of our audience are coming to the show for the first time. So they're hearing the stuff that we know. They're hearing it for the first time, which is great for them and great for us to hear people laughing who've never heard it before.
Mm-hmm. But the good thing is, though, I mean, whether you've seen it 1 or 100 times, it is still amazingly funny.
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, we get people because it's sort of Morecambe Wise's greatest hits, I suppose. We scatter it with lots of well-known pieces, also some that you won't know so well, actually. But there are certain lines, like when an ambulance or a police siren goes past, and the audience are just they say it before we say it. I mean, it's just amazing, and it gets a bigger laugh. It gets a bigger laugh because they say it. You know, it's just amazing.
Yeah. Funny if you say that. So we do a line run, what we call do a line run before virtually every show. Mm-hmm. And we're still laughing. We did it yesterday. We're still laughing in the same places. We must have done it thousands and thousands of times. We still laugh in the same place. And then we look at each other going, we're laughing again. And I know, we're laughing again. And it's brilliant.
And the show itself is you've one of their things that they did was they had guest stars on each show, whether it was Andre Preview or Angela Rippon. There's a load of people who got involved.
Hello, Mr. Preview.
How do you recreate that on stage?
Well, we've got a guest singer, haven't we, Ian?
Yeah, Sinead Wall, she's fantastic. A girl singer who does the Shirley Bassey part, really. And she starts to sing a song and something might happen in the middle of the song. You never know.
Well, we couldn't possibly give it away, but it's not. It's definitely a sort of celebration of all those things that Eric and Ernie did to ruin people's numbers, basically. We do one of those.
But it just makes for classic comedy. And have either of you got a favourite moment or something you remember from your youth that you're now proud to be able to bring to the stage?
Oh, well, I mean, yeah, we do a version of Grieg's Piano Concerto. So you can imagine the joy doing that for me and Ian. It's amazing, isn't it?
Yeah, it's wonderful. It is. Well, there's many moments throughout.
Yes, there is, to be honest. I mean, as you say, the ambulance going past, we do a little nod and a wink to a certain breakfast sketch. You know, there's a lot in there, and we've tried to sort of give the audience what they probably want to come and see. Because I always say it's like if you were to go and see the Rolling Stones, they say, "Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Tonight we're going to do only the new album," and everybody goes, "What? No." Well, what about Brown Sugar? What about all those? So we felt it was our duty really to throw some of those most well-known sort of sketches and routines in there. So we do that.
And an entertaining night is had by all. That is absolutely guaranteed. And it's more than just the best of. It's the fact you can actually interact with it. Something, of course, we can't do with those TV shows now. And again, you feel that the audience who were there were also part of making those sketches work. Whether something odd was happening with a curtain that happened to come up across the right, the wrong, or they're carefully worked out to time, or whether it was just something random landing in a paper bag. Without the audience, it didn't do it. And this is what you get to have fun with on stage.
Oh my goodness, yes. Indeed, they are the fourth member of the cast. I mean, there was one in Liverpool, women in Liverpool, not just recently. There's a woman who was laughing so much, we had to stop the show, and this woman was hysterical. And the whole audience were in, and the more she laughed, the more the audience laughed, the more we just stopped. We just stopped and watched for about a minute, didn't we, John T? It was hilarious.
At least. That's a long time on stage. We went to start again, and she laughed even more. And then we just looked at her. She laughed even more. The audience laughed.